We are.
Hello, and welcome to episode 21 of Willing Snackrifice.
So serious.
I'm Mike.
I'm Liz.
We're back for another fun-filled episode. This is going to be a giant-sized episode of this video podcast, as we have a couple of Universal Yums boxes to get through.
Yums boxes?
Yum boxes, yes. Does that not sound right?
It's right. I think it's right.
So the one thing that we were discussing about Universal Yums before we started this, and it's kind of weird, is that they don't have drinks with the boxes. And I even looked to see if there was you could add one on, and they don't. But we decided to start supplementing the boxes with drinks. And we had recently taken a trip to Philadelphia and New Jersey. And we went to a Asian supermarket called H Mart, and we picked up these beverages that you're going to see in this video and then a future one. It is a canned bubble tea. This one is by what is that? What's that? In tea, and it's taro flavored. So we're going to try this out and see how it is. There are directions on the side of the can that indicate that we need to chill it, which it's been in the fridge for a little while, and then shake it.
I am so ambivalent about shaking a canned beverage.
Are you excited about this? I know you love bubble tea.
I love bubble tea. I don't know what it is. This feels like I shouldn't be shaking it. It's like getting hard.
Oh boy.
It's going to explode.
Perhaps, that would make for an interesting video.
I really don't want to be wet. Could you perhaps?
Should I go open it over the sink?
Could you perhaps do so?
Okay. And then put it back in the fridge when I'm done opening it?
No.
And then close it?
Yes. Just open it very slowly in the kitchen over the sink, because I don't know if purple taro stains, but I don't want to find out. It's really not my my goal. So he opened it. It doesn't sound like it exploded, which is a big plus.
It's just a slight little expulsion of gas.
So no overflow?
No overflow, no danger, no problems.
No smell. Does it smell like anything?
Maybe a little bit. Well, what is taro? It's like potato, isn't it?
It's sweet potato.
Yeah, I could kind of smell that.
There are no bubbles in this.
Oh boy. There's no bobas or bubbles?
Well, they're called bobas. I'm feeling kind of ripped off here.
Why is that?
With tapioca pearls. Where are the bobas? Are they at the bottom?
I don't know.
You just have to keep pouring? Oh, there was one.
You got a boba.
I got a boba. There were a couple. They kind of hang out at the bottom. We're going to have to drink all of this so that we could, or at least half of it, so we could refill. It's not purple. There you
go. No, it's kind of
tea colored.
Yeah, cream colored. There's our lovely Three Heads Brewing
tasting glasses.
Homegrown 2020 tasting glasses.
See the bubbles?
Yeah, I do see that. And also Love and Cup. Love those folks there at Love and Cup and at Three Heads Brewing.
It tastes like tea.
I enjoy it.
Yeah. It tastes like creamy, sweet tea.
It's good.
Yes, I agree. Drink half of it so we can get more bubbles out of the can, assuming there are more bubbles in the can. That's enjoyable. I find that tasty. Let's see if we can get you some Bubba's.
Sure.
Oh, there's some. You don't really want to come over the lip of the can. There you go.
Might be a little bit of a
A
manufacturing issue. Great podcast sounds. Oh, you got a ton of boba in there now.
Oh, sure.
You're good. Don't worry about it. Oh, you dropped one.
We dropped a boba. They're escapey. They don't like coming up over the lip. I wonder if you're supposed to drink this with like a boba straw, like in the can, and maybe not pour it out like we are.
You got a ton in your glass. I think you did fine. I mean, there's maybe, I'm just shaking the can right now. There's maybe a couple left in there.
Okay, so when you go someplace and get a fresh bubble tea.
You know, the other thing that you could probably do with this is open the thing a bit more. It'll make the hole like a little bit. Yeah.
So as I was saying, when you go to get a fresh bubble tea, the pearls are tapioca pearls that are cooked in brown sugar, and they're usually a little bit chewy.
Mm-hmm.
These, I think, just by nature of having been in the tea, Bubba down. I think by nature of having been in the tea for so long, obviously, who knows when this was canned, it's the texture is slightly different than what I'm used to.
It actually has like a
Canned by date or candidate?
best before. It's a best before date, and it's May of next year. I see Christy from AJ's Beer Warehouse is in. Christy, maybe a new product to get in at AJ's Beer Warehouse.
If you want Bubba, there's some right there. No, just take some. Like, drink some. Or eat some. They're coming. They're not what I'm used to.
Yeah, they're a bit weird.
They're more jelly. They're not brown. They're kind of gray.
Yeah.
The tea is good. The bubbles are not. I am disappointed.
Christy was impressed that she was in the screen, and I'm like, yes, we have technology here. We our fancy schmancy StreamYard application that we use for this is great for live podcasts and showing viewer comments.
So unfortunately, I'm not getting a lot of the normal chew of a fresh bubble tea or the sweetness from the pearls, which again, they're cooked in brown sugar before you buy them. But the tea itself is actually
really good.
It's really tasty.
Yeah.
I'm interested in the other one we have because that is actually brown sugar. So I wonder if the bubbles are brown sugar flavored, where in this one maybe these are taro flavored.
Could be.
Maybe that's where the taro comes in, the flavor of the bubble.
Since we're doing Universal Yums and they do like a rating system, what would you give this out of 5?
Out of 5?
Yeah.
Wow. It would have been a 5 until I got to the bubbles. Those are disappointing. I think they are taro flavored. I think that's why they're. I'd probably give it a 4. Knock it down a point for the consistency.
Yeah, the flavor of the tea is really good. I'd be inclined to go like maybe 3.75 to 4, somewhere in that range. So coincidentally, this first box that we're doing is Universal Yums. Universal Yums is great in that it features a unique country every month. And the month that we're doing, I think it goes back a couple of months at least, is Taiwan. And the sticker that they always package a sticker with the boxes, and it says Kingdom. I had bubble tea in the Kingdom of Butterflies, and it's a cute little bubble tea butterfly combo sticker.
Mhm.
So that one's kind of nice.
Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah.
A couple of them have been really cute. I like them.
Yeah, they do some good. I like the packaging for Universal Yums. I think they do a nice job overall with their packaging and their what do I want to call it? Like just like the overall presentation. Yeah.
Their curate, the way they curate the box, the presentation. It's pretty good.
Yeah. They give you like a little bit of a map of the of the country, and then on the reverse side is actually a ranking.
So we
card.
We tend to rank what we thought of each one.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of discuss at the end.
Yeah.
Do we have trivia in this one?
Usually in the book there's trivia. So let's see what we have going on here. Well, there's even a recipe here on how to make sesame and soy sauce chicken.
Mm.
Yeah.
Sounds tasty.
So in Taiwan, you can win money by A, watching reruns on cable, B, housing stray cats, C, collecting receipts, or D, eating mochi.
Wow. I'm going to say the collecting stray cats.
No, it's actually collecting receipts is the answer. Don't trash Taiwanese receipts. You might throw away a fortune. All receipts are printed with a special lottery number. Every 2 months, the government announces a few winners who bank jackpots up to $349,000.
Wow.
Anyone else suddenly in the mood for a shopping spree in Taiwan?
I wonder if CVS prints those super long receipts there too. Do they have CVS in Taiwan?
Oh, they got to have something. Maybe 7-Eleven. All right. So you want to get into our first snack?
Let's go. Hungry.
You're hungry.
I didn't have lunch. And it's like what? 4:45.
Oh boy. So, I mean, we're going to keep along the bubble tea train. We're going to start out with bubble tea popcorn.
Choo choo.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's number 1.
All right. So let's see if we can find that bubble tea popcorn in our box. Oh, by the way, in case you want to see, I mean, this is.
Is it bulging?
It's not bulging, but it's packed. It's packed to the gills, I would say.
It's a like a hot pink bag, maybe red. It's right there.
Oh.
It's the color of my sweater.
It is. You matched. You themed your sweater to this popcorn. Yeah, look at that.
So this is bubble tea artificially flavored popcorn.
We simply couldn't have a Taiwan box without including the country's most beloved beverage, bubble tea. Invented in the 1980s, bubble tea, or boba tea, comes in many different delicious variations. At its core, it's a combination of tea, milk, and chewy tapioca pearl bubbles. Today, the Taiwanese classic has exploded into an international sensation with no signs of stopping. In 2019, the bubble tea market was valued at a whopping $2.4 billion. And by 2027, it's estimated to reach $4.3 billion. I'm just seeing if there's anything further about the snack.
I am concerned about one of the flavor combinations on this snack. So if you look, we have almond caramel.
And then caramel and cheese.
Oh, I don't know about that. I mean, if it's cheesecake, okay, but just cheese.
Yeah, it doesn't really have a lot of detail about the actual snack, so we'll see what we got.
smells like Cracker Jack.
So I mean, I can tell when you pulled it out. There's a couple different colors. Like there's a lighter one,
That's probably the caramel and cheese.
and then there's like a slightly darker colored, and this is probably the almond and caramel.
Yeah, that one's better.
Yeah, that one's pretty tasty. In retrospect, that probably would have paired well with the
Bubble tea.
bubble tea.
I don't really like the cheese one. It's got a weird aftertaste, which is probably cheese.
So where would you rank this at?
Good. It's Cracker Jack without the peanuts. I gotta take points off for the cheese though. I just don't. If it was all that other flavor, the almond caramel, that would have been better. I'd say 3.5. Maybe a 3 to 3.5.
I was going to go about a 3. You're right. The caramel and cheese is kind of light flavored. It doesn't do a whole lot for me.
I mean, I don't think I'd ever buy those if they were in a snack machine or anything.
Probably not.
I think that's the ultimate kind of selling point on something is that if you were presented with it, you're starving, there's no cafeteria at work, and all you have is a snack machine to eat out of. And these are your choices. Like, would you buy this item?
Right.
And this would be a no for me.
Yeah. Well, let's see how you do with the next ones, which are kimchi and soy sauce crackers.
I like kimchi.
So here's our package of the kimchi and soy sauce crackers.
Soy tends to be really salty.
So it's Asian spicy cabbage on a crispy cracker. Look at this yum. See where it says Korean kimchi? Well, if you're wondering why Korean pickled cabbage is in a Taiwan box, that's because locals love kimchi. In fact, they love it so much, they have their own Taiwanese kimchi called pao kai or pao kei, pickled vegetables.
Mm.
Different from spicy Korean kimchi, Taiwanese kimchi is more sweet and sour to suit the local preference for non-spicy foods. Even these kimchi crackers, despite their name, have gotten the Taiwanese treatment with soy sauce toning down the heat. It's a savory, sweet, crunchy treat that's quintessentially Taiwanese.
I'm going to eat these all before you finish reading. These are delicious. Those I would buy. If those were in a vending machine. Excellent flavor. A little inconsistent. Like the first two that I had weren't spicy, but then the last one had a real punch. But not like uncomfortable spicy, but
I would like a little bit more salt to them. Like just like a tinge of salt.
a tinge.
Just like a
Susa.
yeah, just a little bit. A dusting, if you will.
I don't know. I think they're delicious as they are. I enjoy these quite a bit. Mm.
They're good. They're good. I just preferred like maybe just a little bit of like a salty aspect to them.
That's what I was worried about though, because usually when something is soy sauce, it's usually a salt bomb.
Maybe that's what I was expecting was a little bit more of a salty aspect from the soy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
These are
pretty
delicious.
good. I would go maybe like a 4.
Agreed. Yeah, I'll go for it. I'm trying to think what they remind me of as far as consistency. Like a sun chip?
A little bit.
Like a kimchi flavored sun chip.
Sun chip.
Sun chip.
Mm.
Mm. Are we going sweet or salty next?
That's a good question because the next thing up is a lemon and pink Himalayan salt pea cracker.
So your guess is good as mine.
It could be a little bit salty and a little bit sweet, and maybe a little sour too with the lemon.
Umami.
So these are from Coloco, which to me almost looks like it's got like a Lay's logo up at the top there in a way. Pea crackers, lemon pink sea salt.
The bag is adorable. It's so pretty.
So salty fruit, it says. This unusual combo isn't so unusual in Taiwan. It's the norm. Fruit vendors often include a complimentary salt or spice packet, and local kids grow up sprinkling salty and savory spices on their ripe or unique fruit to reduce bitterness, enhance sweetness, or give it a more complex flavor. If you're still skeptical about the combo, try these lemony, salty, and crunchy pea twists. The sweet and zingy flavor explosion will have you reaching for the salt shaker the next time fruit is served.
I don't know if that's true, but I do know a lot of people put salt on their watermelon, which I don't know if I could do. I love watermelon. That seems like a bad thing to me, but some people swear by it. So let's see if I can get into this bag. Okay, I smell lemon. They look like macaroni. They look like pasta twists.
Yeah, a little bit. There's a ton of them in this bag too.
Let's hope they're good then. They're very. I smell the lemon.
I don't mind those.
No, they're not expensive, but they're not. They're not as good as the last one.
The lemon isn't so overpowering that you're just like killed by it.
Right. It's not sour.
No. It's really quite pleasant. They're pleasant to eat.
Okay, they're decent. I mean, I wouldn't put them out in a bowl at a party. I think somebody would eat one and then not have any more. Not because they're bad, but because they're not what I expect from a snack.
I almost feel like
I don't like fruit.
I almost feel like you would need like to dip them in something like
like a tzatziki.
Yeah.
That might be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll go 3.5 on those. I like them. Good flavor. I feel like they need something else though, like maybe a dip or something like that.
Yeah, I think I just don't necessarily like the idea of fruit flavored savory snacks.
Right. All right, you ready for your next question?
Hit me.
Your next trivia. In Budai Township, there is a church shaped like A, camera, B, fork, C, rocket, or D, high heel shoe.
Ah, wow. Camera.
You're incorrect.
Oh no, two. I've sucked at.
Well, I'll tell you what. I know who would want to go to this town and go to this church based on his fetish for feet. One Ming Chen, our good friend Ming Chen, because that church is shaped like a high heel shoe.
Wow.
Yes. The High Heel Wedding Church is a glass building made of 320 blue tinted panes together shaped like a massive high heel shoe. And no, it's not for giant Cinderella. The building is primarily a venue for weddings and photo shoots. So if you ever wanted to get married in a giant shoe, you know where to go.
Yeah, because that's a goal.
And that's
Let's
where
get married in a giant shoe.
vow renewal.
No.
In Taiwan.
No.
We'll drink a whole lot of boba tea and get our vows renewed in a high-heeled shoe, glass paned church.
No.
All right.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay. All right. That's fine. This next one, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to have it or not.
It's yuzu?
Yeah.
That's fine.
All right. So the next one up is a yuzu sponge cake.
I'm a little worried because a lot of these packaged sponge cakes or cakes that we get are so dry.
This is a soft yuzu citrus cake.
Let me just take a look at the ingredients.
Yuzu sponge cake. Taste Taiwan's favorite fruit, citrusy yuzu. If you've never tasted yuzu, imagine a citrus fruit with a thick, coarse skin that tastes like a lemon, mandarin, and grapefruit in one. Amazingly floral and zesty, that's yuzu. Originally found in China, it eventually made its way to Taiwan and the rest of East Asia. Today, it's used in everything from hot springs and skincare to teas and sauces. The most surprising form we've seen, the yuzu chicken burger, a seasonal item at McDonald's. The tastiest form we've seen, sweet, jammy yuzu in this moist, spongy cake. Ready to taste the zingiest fruit in Taiwan?
So, just to be safe, I was looking at the ingredients. And you know what one of the ingredients is not on this?
What?
Yuzu.
Really?
The ingredients are wheat, flour, butter, sugar, egg, milk, winter melon, cheese, cheese powder, just seeing, maltose, something else, water, artificial flavors, leavening, more chemicals I can't say, sorbitol. Oh, yep, there's yuzu. Sorry, it was all the way down. So it may be yuzu flavored, but yuzu is not one of the first 12 ingredients.
Right.
It's like a little brick.
Little brick. It's a brick cake. Ow!
Oh, I can smell the cheese. Why do they put cheese in everything?
Oh my god, yeah. That's weird.
Stop putting cheese in yours. I mean, cheese snacks are good. Just
not in your cakes?
Not in your sweets. Unless it's a cheesecake.
Oh, and it's got like a nice little filling there.
Probably cheese.
That's probably the yuzu.
It smells like fruit and feet. Mm. Oh. Oh, no. No. Okay, so let's start from the outside in. The cake on the outside is like powdered. It went like when it hit my mouth. It's not moist. It was basically just like cake powder.
Yeah.
And then the inside. Oh, the cheese. That awful weird cheese flavor. Oh, I mean, if the fruit that I could taste was tasty, but it was just bastardized by fruit or by cheese. And it's not like cheesecake, not like cream cheese. It's like feet cheese. I don't know how else. It tastes like stinky feet smell.
to me, I mean, I'm agreeing with you. It wasn't very pleasant. Almost like more of like a sour cheese-ish kind of flavor.
Like spoiled milk.
Yeah, in a way. Not very good. The filling really wasn't worth the pain of the outside.
Which was just that weird powdery crumble.
Yeah. I'm going to go 1.5.
I couldn't finish mine. I took my bite and then I put the other away to be thrown out. I wouldn't even go that high. So you're going 1.5?
Mm-hmm.
I will give it a 0.5.
Wow. That might be the lowest rated snack we've had in some time on this show.
It was unpleasant.
Yeah.
Needless to say, would not buy. Do not want.
Well, let's throw up some more trivia for you, okay?
That's housey. Let's see how stupid Liz is about Taiwan.
No. At 7-Eleven. Oh, we mentioned 7-Eleven earlier, didn't we?
Oh.
At 7-Elevens in Taiwan, locals can A, do their dry cleaning, B, get a foot massage, C, rent a movie, or D, buy comic books.
Well, buying comic books or renting a movie at like a Redbox inside of 7-Eleven isn't really uncommon anywhere. I'm going to say, let's go with the weird one. Foot massage.
I mean, that's when I was reading through those, that's originally what I thought would probably be the answer. And it's not. It's actually the dry cleaning.
So you get your 7-Eleven egg salad sandwich, which is apparently, I know, sounds gross to Americans to buy an egg salad sandwich from like essentially a gas station.
But that's like one of my dream things to do is just to go to like Korea or Japan and buy an egg salad sandwich at a 7-Eleven.
Because apparently the bread is like perfection, delicate white cloud, and the egg salad and the mayonnaise is somehow better. We keep watching things that say, number one, 7-Eleven in Asia is infinitely better than what we have in the United States, but I think the United States is trying to catch up. And the food choices, like the prepared food choices, are delicious, apparently.
Yeah.
Where here it's like the hot dog that's been on the rollers for the last 10 years.
So it goes on and says that locals at 7-Eleven can pay their electricity bills, ship packages, buy concert tickets, have their clothes washed, and even check their blood pressure. One more for you.
Okay.
Before we get to the next snack. It's common for Taiwanese businesses to A, give out free beer, B, close after lunch, C, compete for office decor, or D, offer 2 months time off.
Free beer.
Nope. It's actually they close after lunch.
Like siesta?
It's totally normal for businesses and schools to shut down for a short time after lunch. Why? To nap, of course. Locals snooze for 2 to 3 hours, so it's believed to increase productivity and lower stress. If you were with us in April, you'd probably be reminded of Spain's afternoon siestas. You're also probably wondering why the rest of us haven't jumped on that nap train quite yet.
Well, you wouldn't like that.
No, because I don't nap.
You don't nap. But, and I know in America it wouldn't work because America would be like, well, that'll give me, 2 hours to get stuff done. And they would end up using that time and end up stressed.
Right.
But I think the concept is that everything closes. You can't go do stuff for those 2 hours or that hour after lunch so that you can relax. And I don't know that you would have to nap, but you could just relax.
Yeah, that's true. So we got some interesting things coming up here as I flip the page and yeah. So next up, black truffle potato fries. Now, we've had some black truffle snacks, and usually they've been quite stellar.
Pretty tasty.
Yes. So these are from Cadena. And packaging looks like that. Are you going to read the description?
I am. These are black truffle potato fries, the crispiest, classiest fries in Taiwan. When you think of black truffles, you probably think of gourmet European dishes. But that may change soon. In 2014, scientists dug up 4 new species of truffles found only in Taiwan, including one in Taitung and one in Kaohsiung. Sorry if I mangled those. Since truffles are mostly imported and can cost upwards of $180 per ounce, it's no surprise that they want to mass produce the truffles within 10 years. Until then, there's another way to savor Taiwanese truffles. These crispy, earthy potato fries. One bite, and you'll understand why locals are so excited about their truffle treasure. So these are Taiwanese truffles.
Here's your fry.
They have the garlicky.
I got like some small pieces out.
Like a chemical smell. Those are good.
They definitely have that black truffle flavor.
Black truffle, onion, gravy, earthy flavor.
I mean, and they're like the size of like a McDonald's French fry almost, like the same like thickness and everything. The length is like obviously a little bit smaller, but they're good though.
Big one.
Yeah. And not like greasy or anything either.
Not greasy.
The seasoning definitely sticks to your fingers a bit, but pretty good.
Those are delicious.
The thing I noticed with the black truffle snacks though is that flavor like sticks with
It
you.
lingers.
I'm always hesitant to have something like that and have it be in the middle of a box because I feel like it's gonna.
I don't know what it is. I think because maybe there's an oil to black truffles that it just coats your mouth. It really does coat your mouth, the flavor. That's a 4.5. I would just like them to be bigger. I'd like the bag to be bigger.
4.75.
4.75. I know. I know we have other things to taste, so we should have some water, but I don't want to get rid of the flavor because it's actually a really good thing.
I hear you. It's tough. It's tough because I mean this is going to be a pretty long episode of this show.
Oh, more taro. Next up, taro cream wafers, made with taro, potatoes nuttier, richer kin. Say hello to taro, potato's tropical purple flecked cousin. With a complex, nutty flavor and extreme versatility, taro is beloved in Taiwan. In fact, there's an entire celebration dedicated to the root. Every October, thousands of locals flock to Little Kinmen for the annual taro festival, where guests can dig for their own fresh taro, take pictures with the friendly purple mascot, and enjoy a wide assortment of sweet and savory taro dishes. Want to celebrate taro like the Taiwanese? Just crunch into these luscious taro cream wafers. And they look like Vortman pink wafers. Crumbs everywhere on the laptop. They smell good. They're good. They don't have a lot of distinguishing flavor other than sweet.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough when you go from with truffle fries to this. It's a very like mild flavor.
No, but they're moreish. You want more. They're good. I would buy those.
Not too bad.
I'd give them a 3.5.
Yeah, that's where I was. That's where I was about. I was 3.5, 3 3/4.
Like I said, if I wanted something sweet and they were in a vending machine, I might buy those. Or if I walked by them in the supermarket, I'd be like, those would be good with coffee or tea. It's like a
Right.
tea cookie. It's very. We're familiar with them as like Wurtman.
Yeah.
And they're usually pink, like strawberry, chocolate, and vanilla, pink
Mhm.
wafers, or like the inside of a Kit Kat.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
But really light, very crispy. They weren't stale,
Mhm.
and then just sweet. So they weren't like vanilla, or they didn't taste fake. So that was a good thing. They didn't taste like chemicals.
Right.
Just tasted like sugar.
Yeah.
Next one. Oh no. Chocolatey mochi with peanut cream. So we've had bad luck with mochi. I love mochi ice cream, but regular mochi, the texture is always like either slimy or unpleasantly gelatinous. So I'm worried. These say think Reese's, but very, very Taiwanese. There's a sticky tradition in Hulane mochi. The pillow soft sweet treat made of sticky glutinous rice is sold everywhere in a variety of flavors, from street vendors to famous gourmet mochi stores like Zenchi Mochi. In fact, homemade mochi is one of Hulane's most popular souvenirs. And who wouldn't want mochi filled with red bean, peanut, sesame, or taro as a gift? I wouldn't want the red bean as a gift. Which is why we had to include this decadent variety filled with creamy peanuts and coated with a layer of chocolate. Consider it our delicious way of saying thank you for joining us on this Taiwan adventure.
Oh, they smell nice. Oh,
What'd you drop?
it was a pack.
Moisture
Yeah,
thing.
they smell good.
They do. Dark chocolate. I'll just take the
Paper along with it.
paper cup. They're definitely squishy and the chocolate cracks, so be careful. Maybe eat it over your hand. Looks like a little bonbon. Okay, so
Show the. So they got the inside, the nice little.
it's
peanut.
very peanutty peanut butter.
Yeah.
It has that gummy mochi texture, but the inside not being gelatinous is a perk. And the fact that it's covered in dark chocolate is a perk. So it's not as good as a Reese's peanut butter cup, but it's not bad.
Not too bad. I ate mine whole, so I didn't think and then I saw that you had just taken one little bite out of it. So I was like, oh, show the camera that. But yeah, not bad. Like you said, like sometimes like the regular mochi can be, as opposed to mochi ice cream, can be a little off-putting.
Just the texture.
This was good. I like this.
And I think it's entirely because all of the other mochi candy that we've had. So you've got the sticky rice outside wrapper, which is gummy.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got usually like a weird gelatinous paste in the middle that is like borderline slimy.
Right.
And then the flavors that we've gotten have been like red bean, not my jam, and then matcha green tea, also not my favorite flavor because it tastes like dirt and grass, weeds. But the fact that it had the peanut butter in the middle, and it wasn't like a super sweet peanut butter either. It was kind of almost a savory peanut butter.
Yeah. I'll say this. I mean, and we often find this, like, especially when we're doing Tokyo Treat, is like chocolate from like Asian countries usually isn't very good.
No.
And this one was kind of meh. It was run of the mill.
It was dark chocolate, so it was better.
A little bit better, but like not anything. Like I had a dark chocolate bar that I bought at Aldi when I went grocery shopping the other day, and it was better than.
But that brand is also a Belgian chocolate.
Understood, but it's a better chocolate than.
Right, and we understand that American chocolate, for the most part, like American, isn't very good either. So we're not saying, oh, bad Taiwanese. American chocolate tastes like spoiled milk.
I mean, we've just noticed in general, like Asian chocolate is normally not all that great.
At least not on these snacks. I'm sure they have fine quality chocolates, but they don't come in these snack boxes.
Right. That being said, I would go 3.5 on that one.
I agree. Yeah. Which is weird for me, for a mochi.
Yeah.
What is next? Cherry blossom wafer rolls. Oh, more wafer type stuff.
This reminds me of the things that we had on that last box that we saw.
Cocked ass.
Cocked ass, yeah.
Yeah. So these are floral Taiwanese wafers filled with cream.
Doesn't crepe dentelle doesn't it sound like it's going to be something that you should be eating for your
benefit of your teeth?
Yes.
While Japan and South Korea are known for cherry blossoms, Taiwan's cherry blossoms are blooming in popularity. Wuling Farm Cherry Blossom Festival is home to a whopping 21,000 cherry blossom trees of more than 10 different varieties, while the Alishan Cherry Blossom Festival is the only place in the country to see Yoshino cherry trees. In the Yangmingshan National Park, a famous cherry blossom viewing spot attracts 1 million visitors each year. It can be a bit hard to choose one, so we brought the cherry blossom to you in the form of these floral wafer rolls. Each flaky, creamy pink wafer is a feast for the eyes and the mouth. Banking on these being really good, aren't they?
Sometimes these descriptions that they put on these things, as we've learned on these mystery boxes, they're far. Whoever wrote the copy sold these products like there's no business. Like,
very optimistic.
Yes.
So these are pretty. And they fall apart.
So that's what we're working with. It almost like, I mean, like when I'm showing it on the screen, it almost looks like just like a long stick of bubble gum.
It does. All right. I only ate a piece of the cookie. I'm going to hold my judgment until you eat yours, and then I'll tell you what I thought it tastes like.
I can't place it.
It tastes like a Hall's cough drop. A Hall's cherry cough drop.
I can see that.
Not something I'd ever want to make into a snack. Oh, I got it all over my shirt. I understand it's cherry blossom. It's very indicative of certain cultures. They love they're beautiful cherry blossoms, and cherry flavor is hard to get into things because real cherry doesn't have a lot of flavor other than sweet. Like most of us think of cherry, it's not. It's maraschino cherries that have been candied, or fake cherry, like cherry Kool-Aid or whatever. I know they're very crumbly. But this definitely tastes a bit like a Hall's cherry cough drop. Not as strong, but
I'll say this. I think it's a little more floral. Like yes, I get what you're saying, but I'm also getting like a little bit more like floral notes off of it too.
I think that's the cream.
So I agree with you in some respects, but also I think I'm getting a little bit more out of that other than just that Hall's cherry flavor. I would go 3 out of 5.
Wow.
What, are you lower?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna go 2. I wouldn't buy those ever.
No, they wouldn't be on my shopping list, that's for sure.
They'd never make it home. They're so crumbly.
I mean, they do come in like a nice package with like, and then they're like packaged within the package. So
it's a very pretty package, and they are a pretty snack, but no, not for me. So let's give you some trivia.
Okay.
Garbage trucks play blank to announce their arrival. Classical music, 80s disco, rap music, or pop tunes.
Disco.
Nope. In Taiwan, the tune of Beethoven's Furelise means it's time to take out the trash. Locals don't leave their household trash on the curb, but rather wait for the blare of classical music. The system started in 1997 as a way to prevent curbside trash from stinking in the hot, humid weather. And it's worked amazingly. Today, the country has one of the most efficient recycling systems in the world.
Nice.
We'll do no more. In August, locals do not eat ice cream, exercise, drink bubble tea, or get married.
Get married.
You're right. In August, Taiwan celebrates the Hungry Ghost Festival. According to tradition, the gates of the underworld open, releasing hungry ghosts seeking food and entertainment. Locals avoid weddings unless they want some ghostly wedding crashers. Instead, locals prepare food offerings, burn incense, and light lanterns for visiting spirits. So don't get married in August. The next one is the black sesame and cinnamon umbrella cookies. Swirling with crispy sesame and cinnamon, at first glance, you might not recognize this cracker-like yum as a cookie. You definitely wouldn't know that it's designed with your health in mind. Each spiral cookie is made of 5 spice powder, which corresponds to the 5 basic elements in traditional Chinese medicine. Since our bodies are made up of these elements and imbalances can lead to ailments, it's believed that 5 spice powder can restore balance to the body. Basically, these crunchy, nutty, black sesame-filled cookies are the tastiest medicine you'll ever eat. They look like a cinnamon roll. They don't smell like anything. They're hard. You won't like them. One of the ingredients in 5 spice powder is anise or star anise. And you're not a fan of anise, so that's kind of the aftertaste of these. You really get a punch of the clove and anise. I like them. They're kind of bland, though. They're not sweet at all.
No.
I wouldn't call them a cookie.
Would they be like considered almost like a digestive?
Maybe they're not sweet. They're like there's no sugar.
Yeah.
I would call these a cracker. But that being said, I would eat them. I wouldn't choose them, but I would eat them. Pretty solid middle of the road 3 for me.
2.5.
The anise.
No, not even. Just they're
Not
kind of bland. Not really a whole lot there.
bland is better than.
I'm just kind of I'm gauging them against other stuff that we've had today.
Right. I'll give you one more trivia.
Okay.
In 2009, a Taiwanese man saved his village from demolition by applying for a special permit, painting the entire village, climbing Taiwan's tallest mountain, or he put on ointment made from bees.
Let's just go with the ointment made from bees. Just because it sounds so weird.
Nope, it's B. Painting the entire village.
Oh.
Most people would have given up and moved, especially if they were the last remaining resident. But not 86-year-old Huang Yongfu, the self-taught artist and war veteran, painted all over the village in a one-man fight to save his hometown. His colorful creations brought in so many tourists, the government ordered that the village be preserved. Rainbow Grandpa to the rescue.
Nice.
And we should have one last snack.
We do.
It is the Black Sesame Brittle Bar. Black sesame suspended in crispy sugar. Ever wish you could eat cake every day? With these black sesame... Is that like a rhetorical question? With these black sesame brittle bars, locally called cakes, you can. While especially popular for Chinese New Year's, black sesame cakes are an everyday treat. To make them, locals mix toasted black sesame seeds with sugar for a sticky, caramelly ball. Roll it out into a rectangular sheet and cut it into pieces. While crunchy, nutty black sesame doesn't taste anything like the sweet and fluffy cakes you're used to, their flavor is no less decadent. Try a bite and you might just find that this new cake takes the cake.
But Liz, cake.
I'm struggling.
I haven't even tried opening it yet. All right. That broke really hard.
It looks like asphalt. Doesn't it? I'd like fill the cracks in the driveway with it.
Smells good.
Yeah, it smells nutty, like almost like peanut butter. Oh god.
I actually really like this.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Tastes a little burnt, doesn't it?
So you ever get that snack mix where it has like the little sticks with the sesame seeds on it?
Mm-hmm.
I really like that snack mix, and I like those things with the sesame seeds on it. It kind of reminds me of those. You're right. It does have a little bit of a burnt quality to it, but it's good.
The second bite is better. The first bite, your mouth doesn't know what to do with it. Your taste buds are like sweet, peanut butter, coffee, but it is hard.
Really hard.
It's a big stick. It's also stuck in my teeth. I feel like I'm going to have little black speckles all in my teeth.
It was just funny with kind of your mouth full of a big stick sounded like something else.
A big dick?
Yeah.
It's not a big dick. It's a big stick. Or wafer. I like it. At first I wasn't sure. The appearance is unattractive. Black. Looks like asphalt.
At first I was afraid. I was petrified. That's all I got.
It was good. I like it. We might be fighting over for the last piece.
4 out of 5.
Yeah, I'd give that a solid 4. There's a few things I would change about it. I would probably make it more sweet and less bitter, but that's for... I'll do the last piece of trivia and see what you get. Which of the following can you get at a night market? Stinky tofu, bubble tea toast, oyster omelet, or coffin bread?
Stinky tofu.
This was a trick question.
All of them?
All of the above. You'll find everything from clothing to medicine in one of Taiwan's famous night markets. But it's jiaoqi street food that attracts locals and tourists alike. Stinky tofu is marinated in a fermented brine, hence its pungent name. Bubble tea toast is a sandwich stuffed with chewy tapioca balls. Oyster omelet is a fresh oyster and tomato sauce dish. And coffin bread is a hunk of bread hollowed out like a coffin and filled with a creamy chowder. Yummiest coffin ever. It's like a bread bowl.
Yeah. So that wraps up the Taiwan box. So what was our best item?
That's not a surprise. It was the truffle fries.
And what was number 2? Like what?
Number 2 was a tie between the kimchi crackers and the sesame brittle brick.
Okay. And our worst item, I think there was a consensus on that.
Was the yuzu cake.
Which
right here. It's
yeah.
holding the piece that I didn't want to eat.
So yet another pretty good box from Universal Yums.
Mm-hmm. There was only really 2 things that we didn't like.
Yeah.
And that was the cake, obviously, and then the second to last thing. The
umbrella cookies.
The umbrella cookies.
Yeah.
Which I am surprised because I liked those better than I liked the Hall's Cough Drop candies or cookies. But the favorite yum was the truffle fries. The worst yum was the yuzu cake. And what was the weirdest one? Neither good nor bad, just weird.
I would probably actually say the sesame bar.
I would say the cherry blossom crisps.
Those were a little bit strange,
weird.
Yeah.
Because this tasted like peanut brittle.
Right.
So it wasn't weird. The ingredient that made it taste that way is weird, but the other thing, I wouldn't make stuff out of cherry blossoms. Just stop. They're beautiful. Look at them. Stop trying to eat them.
So we do have another box to get into, but why don't we just take a brief intermission? We'll reset our workstation here and get box number 2 up here and
Drink number 2.
And drink number 2. And we'll be back in about 5 minutes or so.
Yep.
All right. We'll see you then.
Make us back.
We are back. Told you it'd be quick.
Stole my thunder.
Huh?
You just heard me go.
There was nothing
There's nothing.
because I hadn't unmuted it yet. So I don't know if I'm gonna need a bottle opener or not. So I'm gonna grab it. So I didn't exactly have a drink theme to this next box because I didn't have time. But to even see if I could find one. But the next box up from Universal Yums is from the Czech Republic. But we did have some beverages from around the world in the fridge on standby. And this one is something I've seen over the years at Mexican restaurants. And we figured, why the hell not? We'll just try it and see how it is, right? So it's a Doritos or Doritos. And it's lime flavored.
Put the lime in the coconut.
I think I'm going to need an opener for this. Oh, by the way, use my lovely Buc-ee's bottle opener. Buc-ee's with the cleanest gas station restrooms.
So it is a vibrant color that doesn't occur in nature all that often.
No, that's not of any world.
It's almost the color of Mountain Dew.
A little bit. Except this is natural flavors with real sugar, lime, Doritos, whatever.
Very bubbly.
It's good. It's very light in flavor, but
The
it's
lime
a nice flavor.
disappears.
Yeah, it's nice though. It's not overly sweet. I don't find it like cloying.
It is a little bit sweet, but for me. But you're like, oh, you smell lime, and then it hits your tongue, and you're like, where'd it go? The lime disappears.
I like it better than like Sprite or 7-Up.
I like Sprite better. I don't like it better than Sprite or 7-Up.
I think we're of dissenting opinions on the Doritos lime flavor.
It's good. I love lime things, but it's not a really flavorful lime. I like things to be a little bit more citrus when I'm allowed to have citrus.
So, like I said, I'm doing the Czech Republic
Mm-hmm.
and the sticker. I tasted the crown jewels of the Czech Republic.
I don't think they allow that. I don't think you're supposed to lick the crown jewels.
I don't know.
I would unaware that the Czech Republic had crown jewels, but hey.
But there is a chip, or cracker in the middle there.
Right.
So
I wonder if is this referencing something? I don't know.
it could. But let's see what we're at. Well, let's do this first.
Can you hit me with some Czech trivia?
Yes. A castle in Český Krumlov has a moat filled with A, piranhas, B, rabbits, C, bears, or D, alligators.
Rabbits.
It's actually bears. A regular moat was simply not enough to keep invaders from the Český Krumlov castle. So in 1707, bears were added. Today, there are 4 bears living inside. Vrak, it looks like, or Vak, Katerina, Hubert, and Maria Therese. They've got toys, their own lagoon, and even have a Christmas Eve festival held in their honor, where locals feed them apples, honey, and even Christmas pastries. Never thought we'd be jealous of a moat bear.
I want a moat bear. Can we have a moat bear? We'd have to get a moat.
Yeah, you can't have a moat bear without a moat.
Mm-hmm.
The word dollar is derived from a Czech mine, tree, wolf, or jail.
I thought it was Greek. Or Roman dollar. Tree.
It's actually from mine. From a mine.
I don't know, but I'd buy that. I don't know if I buy that that's the source of the word dollar.
Yep. In the kingdom, back in 1520, the kingdom of Bohemia began mining or minting coins from a silver mine in Jakimov, dubbing them Joshchimustaler. Kind of a mouthful, huh? That would explain why locals shortened it to thaler, which got translated to the English word dollar.
When did they do this?
1520.
Huh. You gotta go to the first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, raspberry pressed candies. Let me dig into this box and find those, and you can read about the raspberry pressed candies.
All right. Raspberry pressed candies, like Pez, but way, way, way juicier.
Oh.
Which isn't difficult because regular Pez are nothing that I would ever call juicy. Czech folks know sugar. Just look at the long list of sugary accomplishments. Discovery of the sugar beet, sugarcane's less tropical alternative, in the 18th century resulted in an explosion of Czech sugar beet factories. By 1945, the country's sugar industry contributed over 1 million metric tons per year, comprising over 50% of Europe's sugar production and nearly 15% of the world's. Today, that's just about $1 billion worth of sugar. If that wasn't enough sweet proof, Czech Jacob Christoph Rad invented sugar cubes in 1843, and Julius Polak, he helped patent compressed sugar with Austrian Edward Haas, the inventor of Pez. Ready to taste Czech's most recent sugar accomplishment? This zingy candy is made with a sugar powder so fine it'll melt on your tongue for a juicy sensation like none you've ever experienced. Some might say it's better than Pez. The best part? It's only the start of our sweet Czech adventure.
I'm going to do one more because I kind of bit into the one that I had in my mouth.
Mm-hmm. They're better than Pez. They're like a spree without the coating. I like them. Are you focusing on the candy? Those are good.
You kind of have to bite them, don't you?
I kind of bit it in half and then I mushed it against the roof of my mouth with my tongue until it kind of pulverized. Very raspberry flavor.
Not too bad.
Good flavor. I like the texture. I think they make a good like Halloween candy to give out for, kids who don't eat chocolate.
Oh, look, we got the rest of this tube left. We can give that out next week.
Give that out, just one for each, one kid. Here's your tablet. I give them a 3.5.
About the same.
The raspberry flavor is very good. It doesn't taste fake. It tastes real, like raspberries. So do we go here?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Well, what's on the scorecard?
Yep. Okay. The next one is a Czech spice check. Caraway pretzel bites. Nutty, licoricey caraway in every crunch. I know, licorice. Ugh. Ready to munch on one of the most popular ingredients in Czech cuisine, locally known by the name seskikmin. Caraway is a staple of the Czech kitchen. The spicy seeds are added to the water before boiling potatoes, sprinkled on pork or duck before roasting, or used in sauerkraut, soups, and mushroom dishes. Most popularly, it's used to make traditional Czech moivy chleb, rye bread speckled with seeds. Or, for a snack with a kick, it can also be used to season a crunchy pretzel.
Well, I mean, being close to Buffalo, the most popular thing in Buffalo is beef on wick.
With caraway seeds.
With the caraway seeds on the roll, which, knowing what I know about Buffalo, there's a lot of people from countries like
Eastern Europe.
Yeah, Eastern European countries, Poland too. So it kind of makes sense.
Oh, God. Very flavorful.
Those are good.
Yeah.
Like
I'm surprised.
I would have never considered caraway on pretzels, but it's obvious, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why haven't we done that previously?
I know. It almost makes them buttery.
In a way, yeah.
That's really good. Give that a solid 4.
Going 4.5.
I would buy a whole bag of those. Like a whole big bag.
It would be good with like a
Cheese dip.
that, or I was just gonna say even mustard.
Yeah.
Like a deli mustard, almost like a spicy brown, or one with like a little bit of horseradish in it, or something like that.
This is delicious.
Yeah.
My goodness. I'm surprised. Right out of the gate. Way to go, Czech Republic.
And I think, to be fair, we're gonna maybe be a bit more positive about this box in the fact that a lot of the boxes we've been getting of late have been like Asian ones, and we're kind of
We just don't have Asian palates, really.
but we've also had so much of it.
Because we did Tokyo Treat for so long.
Yeah, and I mean that, and Munch Pack was doing a lot of Asian snacks
Korea,
in there.
Taiwan, China, Japan.
So I mean, we have like a whole. We have the next box we have from Universal Yums, and one we did is Indonesia,
another Asian country.
And then we bought snacks when we went to H Mart, which it was all like snacks from, like Asian
countries,
like an Asian supermarket. So, excuse me.
This is a good change.
This is a good change of pace. So I think that's going to kind of inform us as far as how much we're enjoying this.
All right, you ready for your next trivia?
Sure.
Stop peeking.
I'm not peeking. I can't read that from here.
The word blank was first used in a Czech play. Television, mirror, robot, or pillow.
Robot.
You are correct. When science fiction writer Karel Čapek wrote his play R.U.R., Rossum's Universal Robots, in 1920, he stunned audiences with his critique of technology. Even more impressive, he was the first to coin the word robot. In the play, soulless creatures made from synthetic material are created to perform all the work humans didn't want to do. That explains why he named the creatures after the Czech word robota, meaning forced labor.
Dummy arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Domo,
No?
domo, domo.
No?
When Czechoslovakia split up in 1993, the national anthem was A, completely thrown out, B, also split up, C, written into a rap, D, given to Yugoslavia.
Given to Yugoslavia.
Nope. And that would have been unfortunate because Yugoslavia wasn't much long for this world either.
Written into a rap?
Nope. It was split up. When Czechoslovakia was founded in 1918, a national anthem was created that fused both Czech and Slovak cultures. The first verse became the Czech part, and the second verse became the Slovak part. When the country dissolved into two, Slovakia extended its anthem by adding another verse, and the Czech Republic kept their single verse anthem as is.
Hmm.
All right, we ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Next one is let's crunch into tradition. Crunch into tradition. Rosemary and pepper potato crisps. Fresh aromatic rosemary, but make it crispy. Looking for luck in your love life? Put these chips on your head. In the Czech Republic, brides-to-be traditionally don a rosemary wreath as a symbol of good luck.
Oh, okay.
And love and loyalty. Some folks give out sprigs of rosemary to all wedding guests to really spread the luck. But okay, fine, putting these chips on your head might not be the best way to find love. Instead, try sharing them with your crush. With their salty crunch and aromatic rosemary finish, it's bound to be love at first bite.
Looking for love in the potato chip aisle. No?
No. These are called Hubzovoi. Hubzovoi.
Question.
There are too many consonants in these words.
Oh, they smell delightful. Give that a whiff.
Woo! Very pungent of rosemary. Almost potato chip pine tree.
They're good.
They're a little astringent.
A little floral.
Almost like pine fall.
Yeah, a little bit. Wow. Yeah. A little odd. Like, yeah.
It's like pine sol flavored potato chips, but not in a bad way. In a weird way.
3.5. That's a little different.
Yeah. I wouldn't buy those. They're not awful, but I wouldn't buy them.
No, I wouldn't buy those regularly.
Our next, these should be good. Roasted onion pretzel crisps. They say pickle.
It's funny. This is the same brand as the Caraway pretzels.
The Vestki.
Yeah.
Okay, salt and sweet onion is a match made in heaven. It's not a Czech holiday without onions, and they're not just for eating. Take Christmas in the country's Moravia region, for example. Locals sprinkle salt over 12 onion peels, one for each month of the year. Let them sit overnight, and in the morning they predict how rainy each month will be based on how wet each peel is. The onion festivities only continue on Easter when eggs are boiled with red and yellow onion peels for a DIY dye. As for our favorite Czech onion tradition, easy. It's munching on these crunchy onion pretzel crisps. I don't know. I've got a lot to live up to with the Caraway pretzels. I'm getting the pine sol out of your mouth.
Yeah,
That
having a tough time with it too.
was tough. Are they oniony?
I don't get a ton of onion smell out of them, but
No, they just smell like pretzels.
they're good.
Uh-huh. They are good. They taste like onion rings. Crispy onion rings. But not like Funyuns. Better.
Yeah. I tell you what, this brand, this is good.
What is the brand?
I think it's Vest.
Mm.
I'm guessing it's Vest, or maybe this Tenke Krupav, because no, this is Pakde Krupav. I bet it's Vest.
That maybe means onion, and that maybe means caraway.
Maybe.
And like that means pretzel.
Yeah. Vest, I bet is the brand though. They are the best.
Yeah, those are good pretzels. I would buy those out of the vending machine as a premium choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not as good as a caraway, but almost. I'm gonna go
4 1/4.
I'll give them another one. Next up.
Those are delicious.
Yeah. Wow. Rock on, Czech Republic. You make a good snacks.
Do you do?
The next one is a puffed rice cake with apricot yogurt. Refreshing creaminess meets irresistible crunch. Prague might be the city of 100 spires, but Velké Pavlovice is the city of wine and apricots. Located smack dab in the middle of Moravia, it's the epicenter of over 2,000 acres of orchards overflowing with leafy grapevines and juicy apricots. Unsurprisingly, it's even home to an apricot wine. With this particular yum, you'll find Czech's fave fruit atop crispy rice cake in creamy yogurt form. If you love it, you don't just have Velké Pavlovice to thank. You have Jara Cimarron, the greatest chef from page 3. He apparently invented yogurt too.
This I'm a little.
It looks like a brain.
I'm
Is
a little.
there 2 of them, or is it just like a sandwich?
I think it's a sandwich.
Oh yeah, it says puff rice cake. Just take a bite. Maybe. It smells alright. It smells like a bland rice cake. There's 2 of them.
There was 2 of them?
Mm-hmm. It wouldn't have been that hard to bite through if we weren't biting through 2 of them.
Oh well.
That'll be fun. All right. Tastes like breakfast. I would keep it in my desk drawer. Emergency snack. All right. Not bad. Not great. Probably a 2.75, 2.5.
That's where I was at.
What do you want?
Only 2.5. It's certainly not the worst thing that we've had today.
No,
but
not at all. It wasn't offensive. It was just
No.
kind of sweet and blah, like a rice cake.
imagine that.
Yeah. Let's give you some trivia. The Czech Republic consumes the most blank per capita: beer, honey, tomatoes, or sausages.
Honey.
Nope. Beer.
Wow.
Czech is big on beer.
Yeah, they are. Czech Pilsners.
Since the split of Czechoslovakia in 1993, the Czech Republic has placed first in beer consumption per capita every year, beating out Germany, Ireland, and Belgium. That's an average of about 42 gallons per person per year.
Holy smoke.
That's no surprise from a place where beer is cheaper than bottled water.
Wow.
That's a lot of beer.
Maybe we're living in the wrong country.
I mean, I'm okay with moving to the Czech Republic. Do I have something in there?
You had a little come.
We have to learn to speak Czech.
Yeah.
But other countries tend to be smarter than us. They probably all speak English.
That's interesting.
And probably a lot of it is good beer.
A lot of Pilsners.
So beer that tastes like beer.
Yeah.
Right up my alley. Next is chocolate dipped oat cookies. Half chocolate, half crumbly oats, all yum. While you probably can't imagine breakfast without cereal, it's only recently that Czech locals took a liking to them. Around the early 90s, cereals were imported from Germany and virtually unknown in the Czech market. As more locals enjoyed cereal, more local companies began to produce delicious oats. Take Emco, the company behind these cookies. Its founder started baking muesli, oatmeal and nuts, in his own kitchen oven, and today chocolate dip varieties like this yum are produced in Emco's own mill in southern Bohemia. So how successful was he? Take a bite and you decide.
I like the variety of the snacks in this so far. They're all over the place.
Yeah. They're sweet, they're savory, there's pretzels, there's chips, there's oats, there's rice.
Fruit,
Yeah.
chocolate. Yeah, I mean.
It's kind of everywhere. So a lot of people's biggest complaint with oatmeal cookies is what?
That they're dry?
No, that people put raisins in them. And everybody says that it would be best if we put chocolate chips in them instead. So this is, I'm thinking, going to be a crispy oat cookie with dark chocolate on the underside here. It smells really good. Tastes like those cookies that Mom used to make.
A little bit.
My grandmother used to make oatmeal cookies with chocolate chips and chocolate chunks. Oh, really good. Wow. It's going to be a hard one.
Or like the Nutty Odie's at the Great Northern Pizza that used to be here in Rochester.
Those are good. I know that. You're putting those away so you can eat the whole thing, aren't you?
Do you want another one?
No. I'm good. I give that a 4.5.
Yeah.
Better be careful, Czech Republic. Crandalls are coming. We like your snacks.
So far, so good.
Next is the Fruity Llama Gummies. Juicy pineapple, mango, melon, and raspberry. Ask a Czech local how to get your candy fix, and they'll probably think of one name, Pedro. Okay.
Seriously, Pedro.
No, it's not a man.
Look.
It's
Pedro.
It's the most iconic local candy brand. The classic confectionery hit the scene in 1968 with a chewing gum so popular They had to produce 900 tons of it a year. Nowadays, Pedro is famous for its self-service candy shops where you can get an enormous bag of candy, like these fruity gummies shaped like llamas, sombreros, and cacti. They're just as chewy as gum, but way, way more juicy. Ready to bite into this 50-year-old Czech tradition? So, we've had some Eastern European gummies before, like Polish, Ukrainian, I think.
Yeah. Some have been good.
I think their gummies are harder than ours. And as long as they're not trying to be sour, they're usually pretty good.
I just got like the first whiff of after I opened up the package, and it smelled really good and fruity.
I'll just get a mystery here. Oh, I got 3. I got one of... Yeah, they're definitely more firm than gummy. They're almost like wax. And I think probably they're made with real sugar. So they have that crystallized texture to them. Rather where ours are made with corn syrup, which gives them that really soft, sticky. The blue is good, whatever flavor the blue is. Because corn syrup makes our candy stickier and sweeter. Okay.
I didn't see corn syrup on there. I just want to grab one of the blue ones. I'll try and like some of the different flavors.
Well, the blue is very good. Yeah, there is no corn syrup in this. It is sugar, glucose syrup, which is sugar syrup, water, gelatin, grape juice, citric acid, fruit and vegetable juice for color, and then color, coconut oil, and wax. Food grade wax, the kind you can eat. They're different. I just, out of my preference, like the texture of ours better. These are harder, but definitely a different texture than ours I'm accustomed to.
I like them. I'm gonna go 3.5 out of 5 on these.
I'm gonna go 3. I mean, like I said, I wouldn't turn them down.
Right.
Drop my pen. But I probably wouldn't buy them. So, not bad. Next up, sea salt and cocoa corn cakes. Corn puffs get a crispy, chocolatey update. I think these are going to taste like Cocoa Puffs. Looking to relax? Look no further than the salt caves of Karlovy Vary, or Vary, the famous Czech spa city. The mineral waters of the city's 300 hot springs have attracted many notable visitors over the centuries, from Peter the Great in 1711 to Beethoven in 1812 to the first president of Turkey in 1918. But more recently, it's the salt caves that have captivated R&R seeking visitors. They're said to have benefits for your skin, lungs, and even allergies. With this yum, you'll get a taste of a different kind of salt treatment. The salted cocoa slathered corn cake kind with major benefits for your taste buds.
So these are actually from the same brand as the apricot rice cake. So I wonder if they're going to kind of be similar. The brand was Druid. I notice that tends to happen a little bit as we're going across. Like they have a couple from the same
different
brand.
brands.
Yeah.
Well, even if you go to our grocery store aisle, everything is either Frito-Lay or Nabisco or
These I think they're stuck together because I can't imagine
that's
that's.
what I think those are
like
separate.
I mean.
There we go.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're the same. Like as far as
They look exactly the same. I wish they say they're corn. The other ones were rice. So let's see. It smells like good chocolate. That's corn. It's got that corn cereal. Really
breaking
good.
those apart, I ended up with chocolate all over my fingers.
But it's good chocolate, so. That's really good. I like that. Tastes like dark chocolate coated Kix. I would buy those. Yum.
3 out of 5 for me.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not finding them as. I mean, you were really liking the chocolate. I really wasn't sold on it.
I think they're pretty good. I think they're the sweet equivalent to some of the pretzels we've had. Can I quiz you some more?
Okay.
Which drink was invented in the Czech Republic? Root beer, hot chocolate, chamomile tea, or Pilsner beer?
Pilsners.
Very good. Not only do Czech people consume the most beer per capita, they've also created one of the most popular beer styles around. In 1842, the citizens of Pilsen dumped barrels of bad-tasting ale onto the streets. They built a new, state-of-the-art brewery, hired a Bavarian brewmaster named Josef Grolli, and created an ale that's light, crisp, and smooth. Adults can raise a glass to that. And then, next one. What percent of the population is non-religious? 1/1000%, 9%, 48%, or 72%?
48.
Nope. D. About 72% of Czechs don't identify with a religious group, making them one of the most non-religious countries in the world. In fact, in 2019, 15,000 citizens even listed their religion as Knights of the Jedi, a made-up religion that borrows its name from the warriors of Star Wars films. Now that's a fact that's really out of this world.
Interesting.
Czech Republic is just getting better and better and better as we go
I mean,
on.
we know a lot of people who love to go to Prague, so
We're coming, Czech.
I'm coming for you someday.
Tangy tomato ghosts potato snack. Ketchup lovers will positively scream. Looking for lunch in the Czech Republic? Don't be surprised to find ketchup isn't free at local restaurants. Gas. Ketchup lovers looking to avoid the upcharge are better off hitting the street markets. You'll find lunch options like langos, a deep-fried flatbread topped with ketchupy cheese, along with perek výrojku, the Czech version of a hot dog made by stuffing a sausage into a hollowed-out bun. Or you can stop into a convenience store and grab these scary good ketchup ghosts. Every nook and cranny is coated in a tomatoey tang at no extra cost.
What would our buddy Jim Edelston do without ketchup being...
Oh, it wasn't included?
Yeah.
You had to pay extra for your ketchup? He would break the bank. He couldn't do it.
Wait, do you think it'd be like by like how much he used? Is it like you get a certain amount? Like,
Yeah, if you have to pay for it, it's probably not like they leave you with the bottle. You might get packets or a little cup.
he'd be done for.
I know, and especially with all the potatoes.
Yeah. Do you like the scary ghosts?
They are cute.
They're cute or are they scary?
They're not scary. They're
Are
smiling.
you sure? You
They're
sure
happy
not?
ghosts.
Are you sure they're not scary?
Happy ghosts.
Ooh.
Not scary at all.
Ooh.
They're not scary.
Ooh.
Do they smell like ketchup?
Oh yeah.
It doesn't look very much like a ghost.
It's got it's kind of folded, but he's kind of
Those taste like McDonald's French fries with ketchup on them.
they really do.
Very light.
I was really afraid it was going to be too tomatoey, but it's a good balance.
Mm-hmm. It's tasty.
There's one that looks more like a ghost. These I enjoy.
I give them a 3.5.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are nice.
Mm. Do you want the last trivia question?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do the last trivia, and then we'll do the last snack.
The outside of Prague's most infamous tower features a 1,000-foot slide, dozens of climbing babies, 3 tapestries made of poison ivy, or an enormous King Kong statue.
An enormous King Kong statue.
Nope. B. Dozens of climbing babies.
Oh,
In 2000, Czech sculptor David Cerny attached 6-foot-tall faceless babies crawling up the Zizkov Tower. Why? The babies were a reoccurring motif of his protest art against Soviet communism, which controlled the Czech Republic until 1989. But how do locals feel about it? Well, when the babies were removed in 2001, they soon returned as a permanent feature of the tower due to popular demand. Apparently they like their creepy babies on towers. We forgive you. Your food is better, so we'll deal with the creepy crawling babies.
I mean, we'd have to go see them, yeah.
Mm. All right, this is a little scary because it sounds like too many different things. These are apple and cinnamon strudel gummy sticks. Warm Czech strudel like never before. Chewy. We have to wonder, what would the royal Habsburgs think of this yum? They wouldn't. They were really inbred and they probably wouldn't be able to eat it because of their underbite. But anyway, it was under their 18th century rule that apple strudel's popularity spread through the region. And nowadays, you can't walk into a Prague cafe or restaurant without seeing strudels stuffed with spinach, cottage cheese, or plum butter. This yum is just another way that locals have made the traditional sweet pastry their go-to dessert. It's like a flaky strudel filled with juicy apples, cinnamon, and sugar, but in a chewy gummy stick. Take a bite and decide. Would the Habsburgs approve?
Oh, the truth hurts, doesn't it, Habsburg? Maybe not like sitting on a bicycle with the seat missing, but the truth hurts.
Different Habsburgs.
If anybody hears that and can tell me what movie it's from, I will send you a personally curated willing Snackrifice box.
Oh. You have to tell me after, because I don't know what it is.
You have to reside in the United States. That's the other rule.
It was a weird texture. But it's a delicious flavor. Really chew it. Like, don't swallow it right away. Because it gets better. Like the apple pops at the end. Once all the sugar is gone.
That is so weird.
It tastes like apple pie.
Yeah, like you're eating like an apple, like a
Strudel.
Yeah, I was gonna like a pastry. Yeah,
because it's got the buttery, creamy. It's got the appley, cinnamon, sugar. But once all that sugar that's on the outside wears off, the apple inside, like you're getting to the inside of a pie, goes.
very good.
I am surprised that I like that because I was worried like gummy stick apple strudel sounds like it wants to be too many things, but that was really good. I would like buy that for somebody and put it in their Christmas stocking.
Yeah,
it would be a good like little gift, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I have to say, this may be the best Universal Yums box we've had.
I would agree. So I'm going to give that a 4.
I'm right with you. That's a 4. The overall, I think this might be, I mean, one of the best Universal Yums box that we've had, and one of the best overall snack boxes we've had. Just from beginning to end, really. There was only one snack
that both of us were kind of
and that was
now let's do our
what we're doing the lowest one. What was the lowest rated one?
The lowest rated one was the number 5. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. The puffed rice cake with apricot yogurt. And even that wasn't offensive. Like, we didn't spit it out. It wasn't gross.
Right.
It was just bland.
Yeah.
And the texture was just like a rice cake.
Yeah.
Anybody really is like, I love me some bland rice cakes.
Right. But that wasn't, I mean, that was the lowest rated one, and it was still like rated middle of the road, like out of 5, it was a 2.5. That says a whole lot. Everything else was like really good and really done well.
We had a lot. I think a lot of over 4.
Yeah.
So like, I think our favorite one was the caraway pretzels.
The caraway pretzels and
the onion pretzels.
And of course these oatmeal cookies, which the packaging is weird, but let's just do that.
Yeah,
the chocolate oatmeal cookies. All 3 of those outstanding items.
Yeah, the caraway cookies, the onion, the caraway pretzels, the onion pretzels, the oatmeal cookies, and the sticks, the apple sticks that we just had. Those were all 4 or above. So those were all our favorites. And like a lot of just good, but like we liked the candy up front. We liked the gummies. You liked them better than I did. I liked the corn and chocolate biscuit better than you did. But both of us agreed that the ghosts were good. They taste just like a McDonald's French fry with ketchup on them.
Yeah.
And it doesn't taste fake.
Yeah.
It tastes like real.
How about the oddest snack? Like, I would go with those potato chips. Those
rosemary potato chips.
Yeah.
Because they weren't
bad. They just were kind of strange.
So strong, pungent in the rosemary to the point where to us it was like floor cleaner.
Yeah.
And not chemical, but pine sol or pine scented cleaners being so popular here. That really was reminiscent of like a cleaner, like a pine scented cleaner. And I know rosemary is a derivative or related to the pine tree.
Yep.
So it's not like it's bad or wrong. It's just not our taste.
Right.
If you are from the Czech Republic and you love your rosemary on everything to that degree, then great. But I don't know that I could. I mean, maybe on chicken, like
Yeah.
meat and stuff, but not
Yeah.
on a potato chip so much. I thought that I also thought that just even though they were delicious, those last apple strudel sticks were weird because
Yeah.
I didn't know what
You
to
weren't
expect.
expecting that.
No. And they're different than any kind of candy I've ever had.
Right.
I've had gummies. I've had apple strudel. I've never had a gummy that tastes just like apple strudel.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
I could see that.
delicious. And I'm kind of glad we're ending on that box because then we can just sit back and eat the rest of that box.
Well, I mean, we do have the rest of the Taiwanese box to go through as well, and there's
a few
standout
things in there
items
too.
on that. But yeah, I mean, we'll definitely be over the next week or so, the next couple days or so, working our way through some of the leftovers. I mean, the thing is this bag for these is
really big.
like big, and there's a lot in there. Like it's a pretty good sized portion. But that being said, we do have as we're getting into the colder months, we'll start ramping this up again. I know we took quite a bit of the summer off just because we get busy and we get a lot of stuff going on. But we have more Universal Yums boxes coming up. We have a
plethora
a box, if you will, of Asian snacks that we picked up at H Mart.
Yep, a plethora of snacks from H Mart.
Yep. We have Ramentary finally coming up. We got ramen to all of our favorite guest hosts.
And we will have the joint Ramentary.
Yes. So we're really looking forward to doing that. And hey, quite frankly, who wants to do ramen during the summer?
Nobody.
So it's fall months. We're gonna ramp that up and get that going here soon. Probably in the next week or two, we'll get that going and we'll do that. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for our future mystery box unboxings. We're looking forward to it. If you want to join us for Snackrifice, reach out to us, let us know. If you're willing, we're willing to have you on.
We'll coordinate our Snackrifice with you.
And it's really easy to do. All you need to do is click on a web link that I sent you. It's easy peasy.
This was fun.
Yeah. This is a good couple of hours of enjoying snacks on a Sunday afternoon. Yeah, we love doing this. We're going to keep doing it and keep viewing in. Give us some likes, comment on the videos. We'd love to hear from you. Subscribe. hit the notification bell on the YouTube. If you watch it on YouTube, I don't know how many views we get on there. I mean, but who the hell cares?
We just do this for us.
Yeah. If you're enjoying it, that's great. Let us know that you tuned in, though. We'd love to hear from you. Mm-hmm. I think we're ultimately going to subscribe to Baksu, which is another Japanese snack box. So that's coming up.
Japanese snack box, but very different. We're hoping without like repeats of stuff like we saw from other boxes.
I'm hoping it's more like cultural in the sense that the thing I like about the Universal Yums is that you get like those trivia questions and the book. I mean, we don't even scratch the surface on this. There's like an informational page. Like the first thing you see is like factoids about the Czech Republic and there's a recipe in here for a creamy mushroom soup. Yeah, I mean, it's just don't worry, you'll get to look at that.
Oh, yeah, it's just like I didn't even notice that. Yeah.
There's the nutritional facts. The people of Prague, quirky traditions. It's a lot of interesting stuff. I mean, it goes way above and beyond that. There's another recipe back here for kolaches. which are traditional filled cookies. So that's what I like about Yums, and we're hoping that Baksu is kind of similar in that it gives you a lot more about the culture, and then it's not just corn snacks, every month.
Different
And
flavored
don't get
corn
me wrong,
snacks.
I love Kit Kats, but it got really incredibly repetitive.
They were always white chocolate flavored. Kit
Yes.
Kats.
Yeah, and no offense to white chocolate, but I like variety in my chocolate, and the flavors were great. But again, you hope for some variety. But yeah, keep checking us out. Thanks for tuning in. We loved some of the comments and that whatnot. Keep them coming. And if, like I said, if you're willing to Snackrifice, let us know.
Yeah.
And we'll see you all next time. Have a good night.
Good night.
Bye. Rock on.